Hansa. My name is Kayla Ahenakew. I'm from Ahenakew and also from Soto First Nation. I live in Whitecap right now. Um, I'm an entrepreneur, a lover of movement, wellness, my family, my friends, adventures, traveling, tattoos, being a cool auntie. That's about it.
That's it?
Do you want to add on to my intro?
No, that's pretty good. Not bad. Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur of what, Kayla?
I own two wellness businesses. One called Newo Wellness that was founded in 2021, and Miyo Movement, which was founded in 2024. Newo Wellness means four in Cree, so it's like four wellness. It's nourishing the four aspects of self: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And sorry, it's a camera.
What camera?
I'm never with you and you're so quiet, just listening, You're always like talking back with me. But yeah, for me, it's like the more moon energy, the feminine energy, the healing, balancing all aspects of self. Um, and yeah, and then Mio movement means good, good movement from the word Mio Pimatisawan, which means living a good life. And I feel like that comes from more my sports background, playing soccer for 5 years, the mental toughness, the never giving up, keep going forward, functional fitness, strength training, dryland training, being an elite athlete. And yeah, I think they balance each other out really well. And I love both of them a lot. So rock on.
Okay, what did you say? 2021?
One.
When did I meet you?
Like 7 years ago.
7?
Like
So
like
2019?
a year before I started it, I think.
Yeah, because when I met you, like it was cool because I got to watch you. Like I saw
I
and
did.
then you come into boxing, and you're just like, I have this idea, and then just like watching it slowly happen, and then watching how fast it just grew.
Mhm. Yeah, especially like I had the idea for a while. I think like it started before university, and I would always just like write different ideas on like what I would do when I was finished school. I never wanted to go to school, but soccer really like made me get an education because I really wanted to play soccer. And so I knew I wanted to do something in wellness and movement because it was such a big part of my life at such a young age. So kind of how it brewed up. And my last year of university is when I was like, okay, what am I gonna do when I'm done, when I get my kin degree? And I already kind of have a plan. Yeah, just gotta execute.
And it was always business.
I
Like
didn't
you didn't think
I
like
didn't
of
think
a
it
job
was
or.
business. Like it was more like following my passion and just like
Mm.
doing the things that I love and sharing it with other people. Like, and then I guess that becomes a business, right? But it never felt like work to me because it was so fun and fulfilling. So it's just like this has always been a part of my life and it still is now. So
So what about okay? Who? I feel like I've really only known. Well, like you're not this. You're obviously not the same Kayla I met,
mm-mm.
but like I never knew you. You've always kind of been like entrepreneurial. You've always been driven. You've always been like going after something. There was just a little bit more alcohol involved before.
There was, yeah.
But like before I met you,
Yeah.
who were you?
Um, I'd say I was a lost girl, a little bit lost going from wanting to be a successful soccer player and like really owning that, but also getting like taking the wrong path, I guess, into drugs and alcohol. Um, I grew up in North Battleford and Saskatoon, and I went to like six different high schools. So I come from a split family. So I kind of have two families, two sets of parents that I'm really grateful for. But in that, I jumped around from home to home, my grandparents' homes, my aunties, my uncles, like when I wasn't being obedient and
Mhm.
wasn't listening, like
Like,
wasn't
when you
taking no for an answer. Like if they're like, "You're not going out," I'm like, "You bet I am," and I'll
Mhm.
move out. And now I'm going to stay with my
I see.
grandma. My grandma says no. I'm going to go live with my dad. My dad says no. Like, and so I jumped around a lot, and no one could really like have control of me in that sense. At the same time, like, my mom drilled into me, like, "You have to graduate on time, you have to." So I always went to school, and where school was, there was sports,
Mhm.
and at the same time, my grandparents, Ray and Judy, like, they poured into my athletics, like, when it came to taekwondo and soccer, like, we traveled all over, and they just instilled those, like, what sport can do for me. And I feel like sport has been a teacher in my life when it comes to, discipline, accountability, individuality, teamwork, and all those things. Um, and I also grew up like in a French immersion school and I was the only native girl. And so I always kind of felt like I didn't fit in. And then with my native friends, it was like I also didn't fit in because I was an athlete and I was going to a French school. So it's like
Mm.
always not knowing who I was or my identity, only it being like a soccer player. So I think when I was going through a lot, like when it came to like when I was 15, 14, 15, lots of my friends were getting pregnant. There was a lot of partying, suicide. I had a lot of deaths in like my family and friends, addictions. And so like I've got used to those things happening around me. And I mean, I fell into there too, but I as soon as it would feel like I was getting too far or things were getting too far, I was like, go back to soccer, go back to lifting weights, go back
Mhm.
to boxing, go back to like try something new, go travel somewhere. Like when I was 16 and I was like, I need to leave for the summer because I don't want to party all summer. I went into the Navy and did my basic military training, for a whole summer. And like then the next summer, I went and I did a soccer academy for a whole summer, like, a few things like that, like, take me out of what I know here because home will always be there. Saskatoon will always be there. North Battleford will always be there. Friends and family will always be there. I wanted to explore and learn and experience life outside of those spaces, which I felt like always kinda brought me back to, like, finding out who I am, you know?
So you feel like, or it sounds like movement just was always like your safe place,
Mhm,
or like the place to be grounded. Why do you think? Hey, this is it's like how you were saying in school, like actual school
mhm,
was tough, didn't like it,
mm.
but then you would go for sports. Like, why didn't you? Because I feel like everything you do, you just try your best.
Mhm.
Why do you think you didn't try your best at school?
I think with school, just sitting in a classroom and, like, sitting there and just listening and, like, what I'm, like, a more practical, visual, hands-on learner, and, like, like, reading textbooks, like, I never would read. I never read a full book until last year. You can cut that out. But, like, it was like I would read a page and it was like, I don't even know what I read. My nervous system was always in fight or flight also, like, my whole life basically, it was always like running for something. So it's just like now that I have more control or like I can settle down more and like dive into things, my nervous system is good. It's easier for me to like learn and read stuff that like I'm into. But when it came to, yeah, my kin degree, like I had to do lots of tutoring. I had to get lots of my teammates help me. Like I struggled. I got diagnosed with ADHD while I was in university just because it was like I was so scatterbrained and like, C's get degrees though, and I got it done. So like now when I do think of going back or learning different things, I feel like I'll enjoy it more just because of like where I'm at in my life. It's a bit more peaceful, content. I can dive into things and not feel like I have 100 things going on or I'm worried about or no.
You wanna go back to school?
Not school, but I wouldn't mind taking like certain courses like on entrepreneur anything that could help me business wise, like just little like learning things. Leadership stuff I would go to school for, some mental health stuff, something that I could help other people with.
Leadership.
Yeah.
There's, like, a leadership conference in Florida.
Are you going?
I don't know,
When?
like September or something. Uh, who yeah, John Maxwell.
Mm,
He's my favorite.
that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh.
Sign us up right now.
It's tough right now because of the baby.
Mm.
It's tough to, like
Florida's cool though.
yeah.
It's so beautiful there. That's where I went to do my soccer academy when I was 17, I think. I was like, yo, there's lizards. Like, it was just interesting seeing like new places.
I've never been there.
Yeah, it's nice.
We've been, like, looking at places to go
Mm-hmm.
once Ronan is old enough. We already booked like, we already bought stuff.
The tickets? Or no?
Yeah, like,
Oh,
packages,
okay.
but, like, we have, like, 3 years to pick our destination or
Mm,
whatever, so it's just, like, super cheap, so we bought them. Now we're just, like, the moment we can go somewhere, we're gonna go. I just don't know where yet.
yeah.
Somewhere. Speaking of traveling, why do you travel so much?
Why?
Seems
I
like you're always somewhere.
I feel like there's a lot to learn out there in the world, first of all.
Yeah.
Um, I feel really privileged to be able to travel. It's been I don't know, know, because it's not like my parents ever took me traveling.
Right.
Like, me and my grandparents traveled around, Canada and the States. Um, but I just think there's so much you can learn. I've learned so much going to new places, like, when I went to Ethiopia in
Mhm.
university, it just really, like, gave me a deep respect and, like, humility and, like, to be humble and, like, to really see that to see people be happy too without having all this material stuff, like, where here it was like, "Oh, I need to get my nails done. I need the North Face check. I need this," like and that's kinda like how I was as a teenager, early 20s. It's like the AirPods, this, that, and, like, going there really made me see a new perspective and just, like, helping others and doing the community service out there and the volunteer work and, like so I feel like, yeah, every place has different opportunities, different experiences. I was just in Indonesia, and there, like, every day they do offerings, every single day, and it's like, they're grateful for this life, like, life itself is a ceremony, and if
Mhm.
we woke up every day like, "I'm thankful I got to wake up today," and, like, seeing those perspectives around the world gives me that experience to, like, live the good life, live a better life, like, for myself. So
Okay, but explain the sickness you got.
so in Bali, I got the dengue fever.
Dengue fever.
Yeah, and basically it can get, um, transmitted through a mosquito, and the f the night it happened, I basically got, like, a fever, and I woke up and I felt like, sorry to old people, but an old woman, like, I felt like my
Sorry to old people.
joint I feel shout out to my oldies that feel this pain, but my joints, ankles, knees, hips, elbows, wrists, like, they were in so much pain, like, sitting up itself was it was painful, like, and there I had a headache so bad that I couldn't even move my eyes, so it's like I had to move my whole body, my whole neck,
Crazy.
and I was like I ended up getting a doctor to come and give me some fluids and stuff like that, didn't do anything, like, so I went through that for a couple days, and then you have no appetite, so I didn't eat for, like, 5 days, just a little here and there, tried to get as much fluids in. And then by day 4 or 5, you get a rash all over your body and you're itchy everywhere. And yeah, that's what I had. I guess people out there, the doctor said they get hospitalized and stuff, but my insurance ran out because I got it. I had insurance for 2 weeks, travel insurance. I got it right after. So yeah, that
Was
was
it the most sick you've ever been?
it was scary because I haven't ever been that sick this far away from home with no support system.
Right.
So that part was really scary, like, emotionally, every in every way, like, I was really sick when I got COVID too though, but it was scary being sick over there like that. But I got better, and honestly, it was way better after, so lasted, like, 5, 6 days.
Would you go back there?
Absolutely. Mhm.
And you've been to Nicaragua?
Nicaragua, Thailand, Australia, New Zealand,
Holy smokes.
Greece.
What was your favorite? Have you seen Jess in Italy?
Yeah.
That looks wicked,
Oh,
eh?
so good. I do wanna do a Europe summer one day, but I feel like more like when I'm older, like, to do that, not
Why?
now. I don't know, I just feel like that's when I want to do it. Right now, I feel like I wanna go back to Thailand. I would I wanna go to Japan so bad. That's, like, a bucket list place for me, a big one. Maybe, like, the Philippines or something, but I do wanna go back to Thailand.
Do a fight camp
Yeah.
and then do a fight?
I don't know if I'll fight, maybe,
Why?
but I for sure wanna do some Muay Thai training out there.
I'm not going if you're not fighting
When are we gonna go?
when you're ready to fight.
Not a fighter anymore.
What does that mean?
I don't like to be hit anymore or hit
Anymore.
people.
Wow. Y yeah. Well,
Are you scared to ask me stuff?
huh?
Are you nervous to ask me stuff?
Like what?
I don't know. You're just like, "Da, da,
I
da."
was picturing you fighting.
In Thailand?
Yeah.
Did
You
I
said in the
win?
ring.
Did I win?
Well, like, I was trying to see, like, all because from, like, the sparring we've done, you always just, like, giggle.
Because I
So I
don't
was just picturing
spar.
you fighting, but, like, laughing.
Mhm. I think it's because, like, I did taekwondo for, like, 3 years, right? And it was, like, it was, like, like, fight have to win, like, anything to win, you know? And I feel like I also got in a lot of fights when drinking and stuff. And I feel like it's been such like a fight or flight for me. And so like now it's like I need to find how I can fight as the sport again, as opposed to like feeling like, okay, I could actually get beat up like from drinking and fighting and thinking like it's life or death when you're on the streets, you know? Like it's
Is that
different.
how you felt?
That's like how I kind of sometimes, yeah, because you don't know what's gonna happen. Someone can hit you with a bottle. Someone like people can do crazy things when they're drinking, you know? So it's like that way it's like I'm not getting beat up out here, like, you know? But I put
So how
myself
come
in
how
those
come in that
positions.
situation you didn't flight? Why didn't you choose flight?
Yeah.
Like, why were you
Um,
fine to fight?
that's a good question. I think maybe it was like an ego thing, knowing I was strong and the adrenaline, the rush it gave me, you know, I was under the influence. Like I've never fought sober, you know? So,
Mm.
and now I've been almost sober for 3 years, so I definitely don't fight.
3 years?
It's gonna be 3 years in September.
That's
Mhm.
wild, hey?
Yeah.
Remember our BC trip?
That was one of the funnest trips, though. That was fun. Yeah.
How does that feel to be almost 3 years sober?
It feels good. It honestly, these past few months, I've been reflecting more about it, and it feels really good. I actually quit drinking 2 days before my first day of my first yoga teacher training, and I've realized that when you get rid of a bad habit, you're always gonna fulfill it with something else. Something else is going to take up that time that you would do whatever. So say you're drinking and you quit. Maybe you start smoking weed or cigarettes or going to the gym or, you know? And I realized yoga has become such a safe place for my nervous system that those urges to drink or anything like that, it was like a lack of my own coping mechanisms. And so I would drink when I was happy, like, let's go drink. Mad, let's just go have a drink. Sad, let's just go have it. Like, it was always that. Where now, when I'm feeling like I am losing myself, which I haven't felt in a while because I think of yoga, I go to yoga so much to take a trip inward. I can shut everything out. I get super present and it feels like I can just be. And before, it was never I never had those feelings, that meditative state, where now that I have that, it's way better than drinking for me. So it's like I don't have any urge for alcohol. Where like with the gym and soccer, yeah, it fulfilled me in the sense of like physical and mental and a little emotional and spiritual, but I still drank. Where yoga, I don't just do it to move, I do it for, like, emotionally and spiritually. It's like I have my movement correlates with, like, one of like, boxing for me is, like, physical and mental because 'cause I'm still learning. Soccer is more just physical and social for me now. The gym, physical. I don't do it for my mental or anything like that anymore, where it used to be, like, a little bit of all 4, but now, like, yoga is really my jam and has been, like, a really good place of peace for me.
Why?
So
Why do you think that is?
I think just because I can sit with myself, I can, like, become really present. I'm not overthinking, I'm not thinking about the past, and
Why? I guess, like, Why can't you just sit with yourself?
Well, I can. I can now.
Okay.
I can now. Those are parts of yoga, right? Like, yoga is not
I
just the
also know nothing
hour.
about yoga,
Yeah.
so
Yoga isn't just about the 1 hour class doing yoga.
right,
Like,
okay.
lots of people think there's like 8 limbs of yoga. So there's multiple things that yoga is. And like in your daily life, you can still be practicing yoga. You know what I mean? Stilling
Mm.
the mind is key part of yoga. And that doesn't need to be on your mat, you know?
So when did you start yoga? When did you
2.5 years ago,
two and
almost
a
3
half
years ago.
in
The
Nicaragua?
day
Like that was the
before the day before my or 2 days after my sobriety.
oh really?
Yeah, like I quit drinking 2 days before
Mm.
that, and that was I did it in Thailand, a 200 hour in Thailand. No yoga experience, and I remember the first class, I was like, "Yo, what did I sign up for?" It was like we were practicing 2 hours of, like, the physical practice, and it was hard, and, like, I would sit there, I'd fidget, I would open my eyes all the time, look around, like and that's, like, caring about everything else, you know? That's not going inward. Like, it was hard for me, and I should just keep challenging myself, you know? Like, keep your eyes like, today we're gonna try to keep our eyes closed, even if our mind's running, like, because it's always like, come back to the breath, you know? Try let your thoughts go, like, go by like clouds is how I try to think of it. Don't ruminate in your own head where, like, I used to a lot. Like, I used to, like, get anxiety, like, start to get let my thoughts, like, believe in them like they were real. And a lot of our thoughts, that's not real.
It's just happening.
It's just happening, and, like, depending on what you're thinking about, future and past, like, those don't exist right now. So, learning, like, more about that and, like, really just being able to just let everything go for, like, an hour or whenever I need it to just, like, reset has been yeah, been really good medicine for me.
So when you quit drinking and then you started yoga,
Mhm.
did you make like a decision that you were gonna replace alcohol with yoga?
Mm-mm.
Or it just kinda has
Mm-mm.
happened over time?
I didn't know I just, like, figured this out, like,
Okay.
3 weeks ago,
Okay.
honestly, like, that I was like, "Why?" Because the first year and a half of sobriety for me, I wouldn't say it was hard, but, like, I still joke, like, about drinking or, like, this and that, like, um, but I still had, like, the urges or, like or I'd be like, "Oh," like, kinda feeling like I'm missing out or something in that sense, but I stuck to it, like, I just I don't want to make the same mistakes I kept on making while drinking. And that's ultimately why I quit. Because I love to have a good time. Like, it's not that I can't control it. I can control it for maybe 90% of the time, but that 10% can get me in trouble.
Mhm.
And I don't want to get in trouble. And I don't want to also feel the after effects that I
Yeah.
would get from drinking. Like, I would get so depressed, so much anxiety, and I'm not talking for 1 day. I'm talking, like, a good 4 sacred days here. Like, it wasn't good. It didn't make me feel good. Um, and I previously, like, a year and a half before I actually quit this time, I was gonna quit for 6 months, and a friend was like, "I bet you couldn't quit for a year." So I ended up quitting for a year just to see what I could get done in that year, and that was the year I finished my kin degree with, I think, the highest marks I've ever had because I never had high marks. I started Newo Wellness, and I went to go play professional soccer outside of Chicago, and even when the year was up, I still didn't drink right away because I had anxiety about it, about going back to drinking, and I ended up being sober for like 14 months. During that time though, it wasn't for myself. It was because for myself was 6 months.
Yeah.
The bet was made me is what made me say, "Yes, I can do this."
Right.
You know? Like, bet on you. You know?
Yeah.
I love challenges. I love those type of things, so
How was pro soccer?
it was good. It was awesome. I met a lot of really cool people. It was during COVID, like, I had to get all my vaccines and stuff. It was
Mm.
COVID was 2020, right? Started 2019, 2020. I think I went in 21 or 2020. No, 21.
Did you have to play with a mask on?
No. Man, the States was so different, like,
Yeah.
driving there, it was like a whole new world because no one was wearing
Yeah.
masks.
That's how I felt when I was in the States too.
Mhm.
No one even talked about COVID. It
No.
wasn't even like
Mm-mm.
everyone's just like, "Hey, what's up?" It's
Yeah.
normal life.
Yeah, and it was awesome. I felt like it was a dream I always wanted to do. I did it, and once I did the year, I was ready to jump into being an entrepreneur and that passion just because I've played soccer since I was 5 years old, you know? I still play now, just not as excessive, and I'm not as diehard in it
I
like
think
I
you're pretty
was.
diehard.
In soccer still? No, because 'cause I'm
Well,
missing lots of cool
for
tournaments. I miss lots of tournaments now, like, where, like, I would quit jobs to play weekend tournaments.
yeah,
So, now it's like, if
you
I
have
can fit it in,
more
I
injuries
will.
than anyone I know,
It's the
and you
ankles.
still play it.
It's the ankles, yeah.
You
I
just
just
come in on your limping into boxing.
it's a really hard thing when you're a competitive person and like, playing the sport for fun. That was always, like when people would say, "Oh, I play for fun," like, "We're in this tournament, but we're playing for fun." It was always like, "I am not playing for fun. I'm
Yeah. If
playing to win.
I'm losing, I'm not having fun.
I am not having fun." Like, and that's fun to me. Like,
Yeah.
and playing my hardest and taking a loss could be fun to me if I could figure out how to, like, come back, if I can still go back and play them again, you know?
Right.
And, yeah, I don't know, soccer has just I was such a diehard. I loved it so much. I started playing, like I started playing res soccer, like, tournaments for money when I was 13 years old, and back then, winning on weekends, getting $200-300, like, I felt like like, I'm like, "Hell
I'm
yeah.
so rich.
I'm rich, man." Like, "Let's go buy a Mickey." Unfortunately, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like I was making my own money already, like, it was cool. So, winning money, and then I moved to Saskatoon when I was 15 with my grandpa, and they put me in the soccer academy at Centennial.
Mm.
Yeah, so that was cool. I just loved it. I was, like, obsessed. Go train in my backyard all the time. Like, it was maybe because then it was like nothing else mattered except soccer. And that was like a good life. It was cool. I wanted to be good.
What about now?
Now,
Now what matters?
my health, my family, my friends, good relationships, that matters the most to me. Not being in survival mode. That's it. I'm really content. I'm enjoying the process of being an entrepreneur. Lots of good things have been happening. I'm learning lots still. I have great mentors, so that's good. But I love just getting my own movement, wellness in, and that is fulfilling to me.
What's like when you think of business and entrepreneurship? What's something you've learned, something that you've learned and you think about often about business?
Get everything in writing.
So
Make sure there's a contract. Um, what did I think of? Well, that is true though. I do believe that now. Um,
I don't believe that.
you don't?
No.
When it comes to like business partnerships, is what I'm saying.
Our business partners right now that I have no
You guys
contracts
have
with.
no contracts?
Yeah.
That's great.
I guess.
YOLO.
See, we'll get back,
Get
get back
back to
on,
me
yeah,
on that.
80 episodes later. I'm like, I should have signed
I
those.
should There at least has to be an exit strategy, like something. Um, I feel like business and entrepreneurship is just a game of life. Like it's a part of I feel like everything's just a fun game.
Yeah,
And like enjoy the process. There's always room to grow. Before when I first started, I was so I'm still driven, but I was like it was like hustle mode all the time, working super, super late, like no sleep. And like I would experience burnout or get sick and things like that. Where now I'm more in flow. I'm more in flow with it. I kind of when you get the data of like when you're making the most and like when to, you know, take a different direction, add something new. I feel like it's just a big learning experience and it's just fun.
yeah.
It's fun
But you want that flow. You want that flow to be,
to still be going forward, you know, like,
and like small ripple flow.
mhm.
You don't
You
want
don't
the
need the
flow
big high
that's
exactly.
up and down, because that's what it's like. Now we're starting the car again. We gotta jump start it. Now we gotta get it going. And now
Absolutely.
we're going. And then we come to a dead stop again. Now we gotta go through that pain of like getting it going again.
Mhm.
And that's the part that we gotta be careful about.
Absolutely. And I feel like that comes with the experience and the lessons and,
Right.
like, trial and error, you know?
Yeah.
The more you have that, like, you're like, "Okay, this is what not to do, this is what we should add. See what works, see what doesn't." And don't get too stuck on one thing, like, don't make your box so like, don't put a box on yourself.
Again, what terms? What do you mean by that?
Like, don't get like, you don't just get stuck with just Sandman boxing. It's podcasts, it's so many other ideas, like,
Yeah.
you know? And, like, for myself, like, I'm not just one company. I have 2 companies. I still do soccer facilitation, like, I'm still adding new cool things and coming up with new ideas. I'm
Right.
not gonna just do one thing only. At the same time, try to get the hours in to learn that one thing and do it well,
Hmm.
and then you can keep adding on, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the
But
most
m
important part.
for sure, get your hours in, get the work in.
And just like make sure, because like I do a lot of things now, but I didn't for a long time.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm,
it's only in the last 2 years. Now I've been a business owner for since I was 27. So
mhm.
however many years that is.
How many?
Eight, almost 8 years.
Real old.
Yeah, the
Just
first
kidding.
six was one thing.
Mhm,
And then once it was to a place where it was running efficiently,
mhm,
that's when I started spreading out.
mhm,
Because I think like what happens lots of times is people spread out too quickly.
mhm.
And then it's like you haven't made one business run uh, efficiently
Yeah.
without you. and now you're going to leave from it and start another thing, and you don't even know how to make one do it, how are you going to make two do it or three do it?
Mhm.
So I think it's like, it's good to have, you know, a bunch of businesses, but it's like, make one good and then spread out.
For
And
sure.
especially with money too, because like, when I think about money, it's like you don't want the money you're grinding for to be the money you're gambling with.
Absolutely.
You want to gamble with the money that's just coming in,
Mhm.
like the stuff that's like
Passive.
okay, I can play with this money,
Mhm.
but like you don't want to spend 80 hours a week grinding and then gamble that time. Let's say you grinded for 4 years,
For
and now
sure.
you gamble, and now you just grinded and lost the gamble. Now you just like spent 80 hours a week
Yeah.
away from your family, away from your friends. And you're gonna gamble with that money. You should like make that money a sure bet,
Yeah.
and then with the later money is the gambling money.
For sure.
Yeah. So like I think, yeah, we're saying the same thing, but I think some people just like misinterpret that. Like, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Mhm.
But it's like, put all your eggs in one
Put them
basket
and find
until
out
that basket.
till you figure out the system that
Right.
works in that basket. Like,
Yeah.
learn the systems, learn different things,
Right.
and then build off of those things that you learned, you know? I think systems are so important for just sustainability when it comes to entrepreneurship.
Definitely.
And even when it comes to, like, the money aspect is a whole 'nother game, you
Yeah.
know? Like, I have so much respect for money itself. Um, I've bet on myself. The My gamble would be betting on myself, you know? And because I know what I'm going to do. I know how
Mm-hmm.
hard I'm going to work, and I know I create little systems or games, like, if it came to well, even when starting out Newo Wellness, being like, "Okay, let's spend 5, 7 grand on all this apparel, and we're gonna flip it, and we're gonna make 2, 3 times that."
Right.
And now that money is gonna go into these systems to build, you know? And doing things like that. Um,
That's what I tell people all the time about you. Like, I'm like, I would bet on Kayla. Like, it might not be today, it might not be in a month, it might not be in 6 months, but she's gonna win.
mm,
She's gonna figure it out because you always do.
yeah,
You know, I'm like, there's no doubt in my mind that if I bet on Kayla, I would get it back eventually. You know, like she'll just figure it out.
yeah,
You're a figure it outer.
a so a solutionist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
I
you're
think
good at it.
I think because I don't wanna be a victim to my own life, you know? Like, if at the end of the day, we only have ourselves, like, yeah, there's partnerships and this and that, and I have a great support system, I have great friends, but I'm in my head 24/7. Who am I with the most is me. So, I feel like betting on me is the easiest thing to do, and finding out solutions for anything that happens, I'm accountable for that. I'm accountable since 1993 for everything that has occurred in my life, whether it's 1% or 100%. Everything that has happened in my life, I'm accountable and responsible for. And I can take those experiences and what is wrong and change them for myself to get a different outcome. And I feel like that has made me persevere all the time. It's made me come back to who I am. It's made me work hard, stay consistent, even when I don't want to, you know? It's like, no, get up, go get this done. Like, I don't, because then I'm to blame. I'm the one to be responsible for the outcome of my own life. And that's the life I want to live, I'm living it right now. I'm very happy and like I know the future is bright for me because I'm a hard worker, you know? And I like staying positive and I like figuring things out. I like learning. I like playing the game of life. S- You know? Like I don't want to be like, oh, like all these things that have happened in my life. So this is why I'm like this. Like a lot has happened in my life and I take them as motivation
Mhm.
to live better, you know? Like
Yeah, you get to
all
choose what you do with that.
yeah, like I've I've lost family members to overdose, like my grandparents, like to sicknesses, illnesses, um the suicide stuff, like all those things hit home for me and have been very close in my life. And I had suicide ideation at a point in my life. I got into drugs and alcohol at a point in my life. And it's just like, I know where that leads to. And that is not where I'm going or I feel that I'm meant to go. So it's really easy for me to just take the steering wheel and turn a different direction, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a victim for me. So a victim for me.
So if everything went perfectly the next 5 years, where would you be?
Probably here on this podcast.
Settle down.
I'll be doing the same thing. I love what I'm doing. Like I said, it doesn't feel like work to me. I move every day. I love doing that. I love being on the land. I'll probably be doing more hiking. I want to be I want to live on the res. I do live in Whitecap, but I would love to just live in the bush, honestly. And that is like sounds super peaceful to
Just by
me.
yourself?
Maybe not by myself, but like with my sisters, with my family, friends, come visit, do outdoor activities. Like that's my
What are
jam.
outdoor
That's
activities?
my jam. Start a
Like tag? Play
fire,
tag?
play tag, work out on the land, cook outside, like anything outside, I am down for. Swim, have a hot tub, a cabin in a hot tub, you know? It's like,
Where
I
would
don't
your
know.
cabin be?
Mm, I'll tell you in 5 years. I would love to be in the mountains. That would be the place for me. Mountains and water.
So if your life was the same as it is right now in 5 years, you'd be fine with that?
Exactly the same right now?
Yeah,
No.
you j
The same in the sense of like what I'm doing. Like my habits right now,
right.
I like them.
Like sports,
Sports,
building your company,
reading,
traveling.
my friends, my family, traveling, all that I don't see that's like a part of who I am. And it's been like that. When it comes to like financially growing my business, I see very good things. Very good things. Not because of me, but because of the people in my life that support me and the people I have doing the work with, Like it takes a team to do this stuff and it takes everyone believing in the vision and the dream, you know? And what I want for myself, I want for everyone else. Like I'm a big giver. I want all good things for other people. I want them to not have to worry, to struggle financially, all those things. And at the same time, I had to learn you can't save people either. it has to be people who've, want to do it, want
Right.
to meet you halfway. Um, but yeah, yeah. A lot of investments will probably be made in 5 years.
Like what? Bitcoin?
I always wanted to get into, realtor.
You wanna be a
I
realtor?
wanna flip. Okay, I love. Okay, this is another thing. I've worked so many, like construction jobs, like
Mm,
construction, trenching, and at, like, Johnson Mine and all these things, and I love learning hands-on stuff. I love that it's physical. I love that you're getting taught some like, because then you can use it at home, right? And I would love to flip houses with my dad, Brian. He's a journeyman constructor. Con the hell? Constructor?
train
Con
conductor?
training contractor? No.
Contractor?
No.
Construction?
Carpenter? There it
Carpenter?
is. Ding, ding, ding. Carpenter? He's a journeyman. And, I got to work with him. I got to work with him 1 year at Wright Construction, and it was just so much fun, and, like, he lives in the res in Soto, and I just, like, would love to flip houses. I like doing that type of stuff and then flipping the money and making something out of it, you know?
Hmm,
Then invest in that money, That's the gamble money. It's just fun. But yeah, I like that stuff. Being on the land and building houses, that's cool to me. Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've thought about building a house?
How many?
0 times.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that.
But,
But imagine, like, building a cabin for myself, that's cool.
like, with your own hands?
Like, to be a part of it at least, yeah, I would. I like that stuff, I like where life is slower, like, being away from the city and society, I like that.
I just think, like, you know what would be awesome? If I show up to the land and there was already a cabin there.
I know. But it gives you something, like, to be proud of or be like, you know, like, "Yeah, cool did these lights." Every time you come in, you'll be like, "Yeah, I did those lights."
I built this
I'm
place. I did those lights. Well, I have some questions for you. 17 questions here. Just kidding. Just a couple.
I thought you said you didn't have any scripted.
Well, these aren't for me.
Okay.
One's from Hal.
Okay.
Okay. When you think of your support, your friends and
Mhm.
family, when you think of the people who support you and the pep talks you get from people to keep you going and staying motivated, uh, can you can you remember one that hit you the hardest, good or bad?
Pep talks.
It's funny too because when he was saying that, I want pep talks. I'm like, we don't ever have pep talks. I'm always just like, well, you're being dumb. I'm like always just like, well, that's stupid. Do this.
Mhm.
There's not much pep in it.
There's not much pep in it. Yeah, I feel like when it comes to my support system, my mentors and my friends, I think the reminder of, "Well, you got through this, you're gonna get through
Mhm.
that." Like, "You've been here already, so now remember what you need to do to get through this one too." And I feel like when it comes to, because I'm not really a pep talk for, like, I don't need motivation. Like, I'm pretty disciplined, you know? Like, it's not I don't need motivation to go to the gym. I It's a part of me. Like, so I think also knowing who I come from, my grandparents, my grandpa, to be exact, he passed away a year and a half ago, and knowing who he was, and ooh, I don't wanna cry. Um, how proud I always wanted him to be of me. I feel like I feel like I can hear him more. I can feel him more. And so that type of support for me is really all I need. And I think that has really helped me this past year
Mm.
in feeling that, and feeling like so in tuned, and being able to listen to my intuition. Um I just have so many cool people, like, that say really good things, like, that keep me on track and, like, don't let me put my head down. And so it's like it's really simple
Yeah, when you say
things.
like, because it's almost like a reminder, you know,
It's just
like
a
you've been
reminder
through
sometimes.
worse or you've been through this before.
Mhm,
If you can get through it,
mhm.
like if like that's so valuable to you, why do you think that is? Like, do you think you just forget sometimes, or you get stuck in the moment? I guess.
I think sometimes that's what happens when you are thinking too much about the future, you know? That's what
Mm,
causes the anxiety.
right.
That's what can cause like, "Oh, I gotta do this," or, like, you're creating situations or things that didn't even happen yet, and you're creating these outcomes, and now it's, like, getting you all scared. You're starting to go into fear, and, like,
Yeah, like making up situations that
yeah,
might not happen.
yeah, and, like, when you start to get into fear, I feel like that's a good time to, like, try do something for yourself, like, go to the gym, talk to a friend, like, you need to have certain tools, habits to lean on so that you can clear your mind, and then, you know, be able to listen to your intuition. So I feel like I have a solid handful of really good people that keep me going, you know? Like, keep me, like, motivated, I guess, like, that give me that extra, like, wanna be a little bit more creative, or, like, you know, push
Hmm.
me a little bit more for, like, because I don't wanna just plateau and just be like, "Ah," like, I wanna get a little bit better every day, you know? So, yeah.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah?
This one's a two-parter
Two-part.
from Savannah.
What? Okay. Is it gonna be about my exes? What does she wanna know, that one?
Yeah, name them. First and last name. What does legacy mean to you? What do you want to leave behind?
Mm. I feel like legacy is something you pass down, like your DNA 7 generations down, you know? And I think for me, being an older sister of 6 younger siblings, the best thing that I could do is go after my dreams so that my my siblings do, and, like, my nieces and nephews do, and that they know that they have somebody and that they can become who they want to be ultimately. And leaving that type of legacy matters to me, you know, and breaking those cycles so that they don't have to go through all the hard stuff and experience some of the things that I did, you know?
Mhm.
Hmm.
It's a good answer.
Yeah. Thank you.
Part 2 from Sav. Where do you get off? Where do you get off running a marathon you haven't trained for?
Yeah, so I was supposed to do the marathon last year, I think. I didn't end up doing it. This year I'm signed up again for the end of May. And I love a challenge. Like I said, I love a good challenge. I've done the Spartan race with no training, the Beast, which was like 27 kilometer. I've played soccer a lot. I've actually told a few people that I was gonna run a marathon and they said I couldn't do it. And I was like, yo, bet on me. Bet on me, you know? And like the reason I'm still running, I'm still playing soccer and stuff. My ankles are taking a beating right now a little bit. I have like compression socks and I obviously need marathon running shoes maybe to give me a little like boink boink like, you know,
Boink.
like
Yeah.
some, you know. I'll just be healing, get some healing.
Oh, I'm just pulling you. You're on a little rope.
But I feel like I don't know. It's just like why not? Why not try get one marathon under my belt? Sure, like let me give her YOLO, you
It's
know?
easy.
And I think I'm not doing crazy long runs because I know how long it might take me out for the next like
Mm,
if I do a bunch of crazy long runs now and it's already a month away, the recovery time in between those, you know, like it'll be like it'll just be a lot harder, I think, on my joints. And I love running. Like once you're in the flow, it's like
yeah.
catch me if you can, you know?
And you got someone sweet to talk to?
Yeah, like Jess, you, whoever else, 100 other people I'm sure are gonna be there, you know?
Pick and choose whoever.
Yeah, so yeah,
You got one more
okay.
from Jess. Jess the mess
Yay. Great from Italy.
from Italy. Okay, she said, you have a level of innovation and leadership that doesn't seem to quit. Your inspiration sparks like a fire. Have you always had that fire?
I'd say yeah. I'd say it's always been there, and I think that comes from soccer. It really comes from not wanting to be mediocre and not needing to be anybody else but me. The authenticity, you know? Like I'm not in competition with anybody but who I was yesterday, and that has always got me the furthest, you know? So, I feel like it's always been there. It is more now because I have people looking up to me, you know? And I look at, you know, my little nieces and little nephews like that. That's why, you know? So,
And then she said,
and then she said,
how do you balance the fire with the softness you also have?
I think it's because, like I said before, when I was so much in that hustle state and I would experience burnout, I knew something had to change. And so having Newo wellness and having Miyo movement, they balance each other out so well, the
Mhm.
sun and the moon, and, like, I also think this is gonna be my 3rd year sun dancing, and I feel like it has helped me so much that I'm just, like, so grateful to Creator for all these things and being able to find my own flow when it comes to what I need at the time. And sometimes you can get blinded by one thing. Like if I stick to just one thing, that might it might cause chaos somewhere else. And I feel like I've found that balance between the both of them and when I need like rest or time to myself and when I need to like go and like be social or with my friends and like when it comes to wanting to box, like if I just strictly boxed and that was it, I feel like I would start to lose like the softness, the feminine side of me, you know? And I like that side also. So I feel like, yeah,
Because I think I've seen seasons in your life where you like drop the feminine and you just go
yeah.
masculine, and then some where you're like you
And I,
drop the masculine and you just go feminine, and you like
okay,
do
that's
these
so
huge shifts,
crazy.
you know?
Yes. And so I think if I drop the feminine and I'm just in my masculine, I will experience burnout or like a mental breakdown or like get too, yeah, maybe like maybe too in the ego, maybe,
Mhm.
and too, and I could get hurt or injured, when it comes to like athletics and stuff. And like when I'm in my feminine only, I sometimes can get too comfortable. I can lay off too much, trust people too, like not hold my boundaries enough
Right.
sometimes. And like, I don't know if those go with both of those things, but I feel like that's what I've experienced,
Mhm.
you know? So I think like having a good balance is important. It works for me. It's made me happier that way. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I don't really, I don't go like super high, super low anymore. And if I do experience one of those now, they don't last days or
Right.
whatever. Sometimes they'll last a day, but if anything, they're gonna last like an hour of my day because I'm still gonna do something that day. Like I do think there's always something good in every day, you know? And so I don't let myself sit in some of these things that are just out of my control. If they're out of my control, why am I gonna sit in it? Why? Like there's no point to do that. It just drives you bonkers. Like it just like it's not what I wanna live, it's not how I wanna feel, like, so it's like, "Alright, move along something." Right? For real though. But I understand how it is to feel very high, very low for long periods of time, like,
Mhm.
I've been in that, you know? I have, and when you are in those, like, very low points, I feel like you forget that things can turn, you know? Like, it doesn't last forever, and sometimes you make it last longer than it needs to. So I feel like when it comes to those pep talks and stuff, like, those are things I needed to hear from people sometimes, like, "Kayla, like, you can you can do like, it's gonna be okay." But, like, I was stuck for, like, well over 3 to 6 months a couple years ago where I thought, like that was, like, 2 years ago. I was sober at the time too,
Mhm.
and it was the one time I felt like a big failure, I guess you could say, had a lot of suicide ideation, wasn't sleeping, wasn't eating. I just feel like this this thing happened and it like this thing is that I had a business breakup basically and I had to stop all the business stuff and it felt like what am I going to do? Who am I now? Like it as if like that was my identity only and yeah, I had to go on meds here and there. I didn't take them every day, just like when I really did need them. And it took a lot of digging to get out of that out of that place. But I'm like super grateful for that experience itself. But it was a really hard year for me.
What
And you
what
need support system. You need good people, you know?
what made it like, what made you realize that, like, your companies aren't you?
Mm,
'Cause I think that happens often to people,
mm-hmm,
whether it's their job, their work,
mm-hmm.
or they attach themselves to something.
I think just having to go on the other side of that and become extremely disattached from it and being like, "You know what?"
Mm.
I just was like, "You know what?" After those from May to September, and then the great thing about having to stop everything was that I got to be with my grandpa for his last months, you know? I got to visit and be with him as much as I could, and while I was going through that, it was like I was holding on. I was like, "What am I like, oh, I got like stress, like it was taking over my body, like I was sick, you know, and I was going to therapy. I'm it was like I needed to be safe, but knowing that I was the only one who could pull me out of this. And I was just sitting in it for so long and had no alcohol. And I stopped smoking weed because I didn't want to spiral somewhere else in that. I was like, I obviously this is happening, right? And yeah, once I lost my grandpa, I finally was like, "You know what? I'm gonna create a new business." And it was just like, once I made that choice and said, "If Newo Wellness is meant for me, it'll come back. And if it's not, I already started something else because I did it already. I can do it again." And to switch to that mindset again was like it was like I've been training all my life for that because that's what it was. Like, it was always but this one just felt like a mountain, you know? And once I got to create a new vision and a new brand and be creative again and get into that place, it was like, okay, everything's gonna be okay. I can do this. And I just slowly chipped away at that and made that the thing. And it's like naval wellness helped me at the time with my identity, my healing, my femininity. And then Miyo movement came back to say, we're not giving up, you know? And then a little less than a year, Miyo movement paid for everything to get naval wellness back. And so it's like I created something for my first, thing. And that's why they both like really mean a lot to me. Although if I had to lose one, like I know how, like I I've gotten better at not being attached to things, to people.
If you had to choose one,
Ooh, that's tough. I would probably I feel like I could flip a coin and pick one because I feel like I could implement both into one if I wanted to, but the creative in me loves having them different and separate. So I could flip a coin at this point. Mhm.
Do you see them differently?
I do.
Like, when you look at Newo wellness, does it make you think of the past
No.
or anything like that?
It makes me think of, like, the journey I've been on in my healing journey in that sense. Um, I got so tired of being like, my intergenerational trauma or, like, this is what happened to me and that part, you
Right,
know? And I feel like Newo wellness for me has been more of just, like, a softer place now of, like, contentment and peace and not just about healing and you all like, you're on your healing journey forever, you know? Like, but that doesn't need to be everything, you know? And so I don't really see it before I kinda seen it as that more, but now it's like, because once you're healed, then what? You know? Like, you never really like, then what?
what's the point?
Like, what? Like, no, like, heal those things and then move forward, like, because and then what? You know? Like, you keep on healing and, like, that's not my story, is gonna be healing and healing. I want to experience intergener intergenerational peace, like peace, happiness, joy, those
Right.
feelings, you know? Like, I don't want to just be trauma, mental health, healing. What about like success? Like doing something you've never done, like being strong, being happy. That's cool stuff. Like
And it's a choice.
it's a choice. And like
You could just choose to have that,
absolutely.
which
Absolutely.
sounds very easy.
But
Oh,
that's
it's
easier said than done.
yeah.
You know, like it's easier said than done. And I think like on everyone's journey, whether you believe in the higher power or what, like you are going there's gonna be all the learning and experience in that journey for you to figure that out
Mm.
if you want to. If you want to take the time to figure out what do you want? What do you want in this like who do you want to be? And then make the little plans to get there. The little systems to get there. Everything has a little system, you know?
It'd be interesting to think about like when I think about my beliefs,
Mhm.
it'd be interesting to know which ones I chose
Like
to
what do you mean?
believe. You know, like how many of my beliefs happened
Mm.
by living
Mhm.
and being around people, or and how many did I like see somebody else had a belief and then like I chose to believe that,
Mm.
you know?
Mhm.
Because I can't because I can't remember not being how I am.
Now?
Yeah. I just remember always being like this.
Mhm.
So I wish I could remember why or like if I like what I chose to believe,
Yeah.
you know? Like I don't want to
Well,
believe that. I'm going to believe this.
you know what? I feel like you believe in yourself
Yeah.
and like that is top like and that goes to what I was saying before about doing things like that the only person you have is you 24/7, you know? And so like betting on me is easy. Believing in me is the choice. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
knowing your intuition, not having to ask like, yeah, it's good to ask for advice and this and that, but like, when do you start making your own choices? And you are somebody who does that, you know? Like, you don't yeah, you believe in other people too, but, like, you can bet on yourself.
Yeah, I feel like I believe in myself, but that I it's like I believe in myself so much that I can believe in other people,
Mm,
because if they don't live up to what they were supposed to and it falls back on me, I'll still be fine because then I'll just do it
mhm,
anyways.
mhm, mhm. I think that goes with other things too, like, you need to trust yourself to trust others. You need to love
Definitely.
yourself to actually love others properly, you know?
Yeah,
You need to be consistent to help other people become like, all those things when it comes to even, like, facilitating or being a leader and all those things, you have to embody those qualities to be able to share them,
right.
and I think that's
Lead by example.
so important. Walk the walk, you
Mhm.
know? And that's how I do like, I'm not a speaker. I normally wouldn't I don't go on podcasts. I don't really share a lot of who I am or my story. At the same time, I know it's an opportunity for me in my growth, and maybe this could help one person. And at the end of the day, that is enough for me. But I do like just doing and not just talking,
Yeah.
you know?
I think you should share more. And on that note, because like not don't see it as an opportunity. You should
What do you
see it
mean?
as a
A
responsibility.
responsibility, yeah.
You know, you've been through things, you've created things, and people look up to you.
Mhm,
So because of that, you have an obligation to
mhm.
help people,
Yeah.
and not hoard that information.
I share it, like, I
Yeah, I
do
know.
share, I just, like
But it's
yeah,
more, like people learn better when there's a connection there,
for sure.
and I feel like a lot of people would relate with you
Yeah.
because, like, your struggles are everyone's struggles,
Mhm,
like,
mhm,
obviously they're personal to you, which make them a bit different, but it's like, how many people have struggled with alcohol and drugs young,
mhm,
but then how many have come out on the other side and built two companies?
mm,
Probably less than 1%,
mhm.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, like, when it comes to sharing, maybe it's because it's, like, I obviously used to care more about the judgments or opinions,
Right.
where now I'm just more at peace of, like, being who I am and not being affected by the judgments and opinions. Because it's like, you don't know me, you don't spend time with me. Kayla 3 years ago and back is not anything like who I am now, you know? And so I think it's just easier for me now to share some of those parts,
Mhm.
where before I feel like I used to be very reactive also, and as if I had to fight back all the time. It's like, no, like, they're lying, you know?
I remember.
You know what I mean? Or like, no, like this happened, like, and it's like, who am I trying to like? I don't need to prove
Mm,
anything,
yeah,
you know? It's just like, I don't need to prove anything because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing
yeah,
now, you know?
and I think that, like you're doing it, you're growing, you're
Mhm.
clearly not the person you were when I first met you,
Mm-mm.
but it hasn't been perfect,
No.
and I think that is the powerful part
Mhm.
because everyone thinks it needs to be perfect, It's
It's
like you
not.
slip up once and then now it's like, okay, well, I tried.
Mhm,
But it's like some people who have made it on the other end slipped up 50 times,
mhm,
60 times, you know?
mhm,
And it's not perfect. And I think you would generate a lot of hope.
mhm,
You know, even how you shared about being able to transition that addiction to yoga
mhm,
and being and like finding a way to explain that to people.
mhm,
Cause I think that is also a issue is people like don't know how to like they're scared to let go of this thing that they're so that's like it's familiar.
mhm,
This familiar thing they have. And if they lost it, what would they have?
mhm.
So like being able to replace that with something obviously it doesn't have to be yoga,
Yeah,
but
for sure,
whatever it is.
for sure. And I think it's just like it's easy to get comfortable.
Mhm,
It's easy to get comfortable, and I truly believe that life itself is to keep growing, is to keep growing. So that's why, like, doing uncomfortable things, I'm like, "Damn, like, I have to do this po" like, because how long have you been doing this for, the podcast?
this is like episode
Like, a
94,
year though?
95, something like that.
Like, and it's like I was like, "There's no way I'm doing" like, "It's too uncomfortable, it's too this, it's too that," you know? And, like, those are the times when I know something's uncomfortable. I'm like, "You have to" like, in my head, what's going on is like, "You have to do this, and, like, it's gonna help you, and you have to trust that it's gonna help you," and I think a mindset shift for me too is also, like, that helped me not get so much anxiety about the future, is knowing that my future self will take care of it when that time comes. Instead of being like, "Oh, I have to do the podcast, da, da, da," where it's just like, when that appointment is or when that thing is happening, if I'm gonna go do a big speaking engagement, she will worry about it then.
Mhm,
Because, why stress yourself out up until that point, you know? Prepare yourself, yeah, but, like, also authenticity is important. That's who you are, like, and I feel like that matters to me, that matters in my friendships, and I feel like my friends are so solid, they're so real, they're so supportive, like, I'm inspired by my circle. The things that they do, I also love doing too, you know, like, I can go to my friends for advice because they've done certain things that inspire me already. I'm not just going to talk about XYZ with somebody who, like, if I'm gonna talk about money, I'm gonna talk about it to somebody who knows money. If
right.
I'm gonna talk about addictions, I'm gonna talk to somebody who's been in addictions and came out of it. If I'm gonna talk about business, I'm gonna talk to people who have built successful businesses. And so, yeah, where was I going with this? Where did we start with this?
Just ask what your favorite number was.
3. It's
uh,
3.
hour and a half we've been talking.
What?
Yeah. See how simple this is?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're done with me now.
Yeah. Can you go? Wasn't so
Well,
bad, hey?
that was awesome. Yeah,
Yeah. Simple.
it was good.
A little nervous at the beginning.
I have my worry rock and my chapstick in my hand.
And it was weird because you were tapping your lips with your rock.
No, I
Just kidding.
wasn't.
That'd
So
be
dumb.
that'd been
Yeah,
awesome.
that's so funny.
That'd be the only clip.
I was like, "This how I'd point."
um,
Man,
no, that
that
was
was
awesome. Finally got you on.
yeah,
But
thank
that was
you.
fun. Simple. You're good. Is there anything you wanna say that you didn't get to say, or anyone you wanna shout out? anyone you want to mention? Anything you want to mention?
Real lots of
What are
things.
you up to?
Um, I think we'll just leave with the quote that's on one of our Newo wellness things, and that honestly keeps me going and wanting to be better. And it's be someone you needed when you were younger. I think that's what I want to leave it with, you know? Go be that person.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, Kayla. You're you're honestly like
Am I don't make me cry?
you're just like I can just see it in your eyes. You're like, what's happening? What's he gonna say? No, you're just a really good friend of mine. You know, like a really powerful, valuable person in my life. We have good talks.
Hmm.
We chat about everything
Yeah.
from business to Temptation Island.
There's lots in between that.
And it's just like I learn from you. You know, I get advice from you. We pick each other's brains. We get ideas from each other. Um, you know, you're just a good person to have in my life. So, you
You
know,
as well.
yeah,
I think mostly because you have Demi too, and
yeah,
we love Dem,
yeah. I'm
you know?
yeah, Demi's I definitely bring Demi down. She's but it's okay.
But
We're
it's okay.
well,
What?
for me, it's okay. No,
No, you
yeah,
guys are a great you.
we're a good
Like,
team.
I just have so much respect for both of you, and honestly, having you guys' support and friendship has been yeah, I'm just super grateful for it. Yeah, so thank you.
You're welcome. Let's end it there.